Train schedules across the country are disrupted today as rail workers carry out planned strikes over pay and working conditions.
Now, the lack of services are going to impact those travelling to Birmingham for the annual Conservative Party conference, amongst other things. Let's talk to our East Midlands reporter, Will Hollis. Morning to you. I think you're at Derby train station, aren't you, which is a big hub for the UK. What's happening there?
Good morning. Yes, a big hub for the UK on a big day for strikes. A real minimal timetable today. Only 11% of trains are running across the country. 1 in 10 trains running across the country. You can only imagine the disruption that we can expect today, because only a few weeks ago, when we saw a third of trains running, we saw the problems and the chaos with people being stranded in places where that they couldn't leave to. It's going to be a really big day, particularly because there are 4 different unions hosting strikes today. Usually it's just been 1 or 2, but this is a coordinated day of action by the RMT, the ASLEF union, the TSSA and Unite's union as well. And here at Derby train station, there are some trains running, and you will see a picket line very shortly. But in some places you will see stations completely closed. You'll see lines completely closed because there is such a minimal timetable. Just to give you a bit of an idea, particularly for people that are going down to London for the weekend, maybe they're going to the London Marathon where there'll be 50,000 people running. Some really big cities where you won't be able to get a train to today. You won't be able to get a train to London from Edinburgh, from Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham, Newcastle, Brighton and Norwich, and the places where you might be able to get a train, you are going to see far fewer of them going in and out. Now, as I say, this is a day of coordinated action in a long wave of disputes between rail operators. 15 of them are going to be facing these strikes today by the members of those union. Mick Lynch, who's become a bit of the figurehead, despite only representing the RMT. Many people have watched some of his videos and interviews, often seen him running rings around some interviewers, and he's become a bit of a figurehead for this. And what he's said is the summer of solidarity we have seen will continue into the autumn and winter if employers and the government continue to refuse workers' reasonable demands. Of course, those demands, as you said at the start, are about pay and working conditions. There are obviously lots of different deals being made and disputes being made depending on the union or the operator. So there are lots of workings going on, but you can quite easily imagine that it's all to do with that inflation figure. It's a real battle to try and get something that's closer in line with inflation, and it's clearly a dispute that's going to go on for quite a bit longer. Network Rail is warning you not to travel unless absolutely necessary and to check for updates before and during your travel. This is just one day of disruption, but it is going to go on until tomorrow. So when the Conservative Party conference does start tomorrow and the London Marathon starts as well, you can ensure that there will be some effects that trickle into tomorrow.